I just built this gaming PC for $870, but what I really want to talk about is the graphics card, because I think we might be sleeping on the new Meta GPU. Except this video is going to be a little different, because I have a buyer coming to pick up this computer in an hour. First up, the motherboard. We've got the Asus TUF Gaming B650E Wi-Fi, which I snagged open box on Newegg for just $135. This is a full-size ATX board, and it's an incredible value for what you get. Gen 5 support, an 8+2 power stage design, solid VRM heatsinks, and honestly, it just looks great. Next, the processor. I went with the Ryzen 5 7600X, which I picked up on Facebook Marketplace for $130. How's it going? How are you? So how come you're getting rid of this?
So I realized after I ordered it that my motherboard is a AM4 socket.
Oh, really?
AM5.
So you haven't even opened it or nothing, huh?
Yeah.
Mind if I open it real quick?
Yeah, you're good. I tried to return the first one I got.
Yeah.
And they just didn't even ask me like if I wanted to cash or anything. They just sent me this again.
Well, here, let me give you the money real quick since I'm holding that. Let's see, it looks good. Cool. I'm gonna drop it and break it, I know. Hey, at least I already gave you the money, right?
Yeah.
That's funny. 76, well, perfect. It's good. Awesome. Thank you very much.
That's a really good deal. Lately, I've been noticing a ton of Ryzen 7000 series chips floating around Marketplace in this price range. I think it's because people are upgrading to the 9000 series and letting go of these way too cheap. I have no idea why you'd upgrade from 7000 so soon. But hey, I'll gladly take the deals. For storage, we're back to the king of budget SSDs, the Clev Kraz C910 1TB NVMe. I paid just $56, and honestly, for gaming, there's no reason to spend more. It's fast, reliable, and plenty of space for a build like this. Memory is a 32GB kit of DDR5, g.skill Ripjaw M5, running at 6000 MHz CL36. I got this kit for $76. Technically, these sticks came out of my $500 build, but I swapped that one out with a silver kit at the same price and brought these into this system. Same specs, just a different color, and at this price it's a steal for 32 gigs of DDR5. Moving on to the case, we've got the Sama SVO2, which cost me $56. I actually really like this case. Clean design, solid airflow, and it even comes with 3 Infinity fans pre-installed, 2 reverse and 1 regular. The only complaint I have is the clearance up top. There isn't enough room to plug in the CPU power connector once the board is installed, so you have to feed it through beforehand, which is a bit annoying. Once the case is ready, I fed in all the cables first. It's especially important to get the HD audio cable tucked under the motherboard before installing the power supply, because it gets really tight in there. I hooked up the USB and USB-C, front panel connectors, and case fans to get those out of the way. For the power supply, I used the Thermaltake Tough Power GF1 750 watt, fully modular, which I bought for $82. I actually grabbed this power supply for a different build, but it ended up fitting here perfectly. On the PSU tier list, it falls into either A or B tier, so definitely solid quality. I like to plug in all the cables into the power supply first before installing it, just to make sure everything seats properly. Then I can run the cables into their spots and double check every connection is snug. At this stage, it's also a good time to use any headers along the top of the motherboard before the AIO blocks access, like the CPU fan splitter. Speaking of which, let's get the cooler on. I applied thermal paste, mounted the AIO pump. I'm using the Thermalright Aqua Elite 360 V3 Black for $55. Next, we get the radiator secured. At $55, it's hard to beat Thermalright's value, but you could save another $20 or $30 on an air cooler. Now the star of the build, the GPU. This is the RTX 3080 Founders Edition. I am so glad you accepted this. So here is your money.
Look at it. Take a look.
All right. Looks good. That's exactly what I was looking for. Beautiful. Thank you so much. At the start of this video, I mentioned we might be sleeping on a new Meta GPU, and this is why. Before the 9060s and 5060s launched, 3080s were selling in the $350 range, which I thought was a really good price. But after the new Budget Kings release, it became hard to recommend. Just due to the fact that it's used, it comes with less VRAM versus just buying something new, and it's not a whole lot better. But the market's been shifting hard, and prices have been falling, and I picked this one up for $300. Lately, I've seen them going for under $300, which is insane. A sub $300 RTX 3080 is just crazy value. Compare that to the brand new RTX 5060 or 9060 for the same money. You're basically choosing between entry-level performance with 8 gigs or a flagship level performance from just a couple years ago with 10 gigs. To me, the 3080 looks like the new budget Meta. With everything installed, I powered it on to make sure it posted before cleaning up the cables. And yeah, it looks great. Then came cable management.
It can feel overwhelming, but I always just start from the top and work my way down. It won't be perfect, but you'll get it 90% of the way there and it'll look clean for the buyer. Unfortunately, I only had time to run a stress test on the build. I didn't get a chance to benchmark it before the buyer showed up. I have the computer all fired up so you can take a look at it and do whatever you want to do. I actually have all the drivers installed and the RGB software if you want to change the color scheme or whatever you want to do. I can show you how to do all of that. So yeah, okay. Come take a look. I have everything hooked up. So you can, here's the monitor. Feel free to do anything. If you want to do any benchmarking, we can do that. I just activated Windows for you, just so you can take a look. So what I do have, if you want to use it, it's entirely up to you, is I have Instapacks. Do you know what an Instapack is? You're gonna have to wipe down that a little bit, but it'll be fine. It's actually real glass, it's not plastic, so any glass cleaner works flawlessly. I know. You know what happens to me though? Thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect, easy.
I have money for you.
Awesome.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, like I said, if you have any issues, feel free to message me. And we sold the computer. Perfect. Here's the grand total, $890. And honestly, if I had gone all in on used parts, I could have shaved that down even more. And that's it. Built for $890, sold for $1,000 cash. Not bad at all. Let me know what you guys think of the RTX 3080 down in the comments. Would you pay $300 for one right now? Make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next build.